my face, Amaka, stole my life and watched me suffer. I am sorry.
There are many stories about twins, but none is as painful and emotional as the story of Amaka and Ada. Remember to hit the like and subscribe button for more storytelling. Amaka and Ada were identical twins, the type that made people stop and look twice. If Ada walked past you today and Amaka walked past tomorrow, you would think it was the same person. They shared the same height, the same smile, the same face. They even shared the same dream. Both of them wanted to become models. From childhood, they practiced poses, practiced walks, practiced smiles. They promised each other that one day, they would stand together on runways and lift their family out of poverty. They believed nothing could separate them. But life had another plan. One important afternoon, news spread that a big modeling agency was coming to pick new faces for an international project. Amaka and Ada almost ran out of excitement. They couldn't sleep that night. They kept imagining themselves wearing beautiful outfits and being known everywhere. The next day, the agency came to their house and watched both twins walk. Amaka walked. Ada walked. They both did well. But when the agency announced their decision, everyone was shocked. They chose Ada only. The room went quiet. Ada screamed with joy. She hugged everyone. She cried tears of happiness. Amaka also smiled. She hugged Ada and congratulated her. The next morning, Ada woke up early to prepare for her journey. She wanted everything to be perfect. She took the bowl of water she always used to wash her face. The moment she poured it on her skin, she screamed. Her face began burning. Her skin peeled. The pain was unbearable. Her parents rushed to her immediately. Ada cried and shook. She couldn't understand what had happened. The agency called. They needed her to travel immediately. But Ada's dream ended in 1 second. Her parents, desperate not to lose the opportunity, looked at Amaka. Since the twins were identical, they begged Amaka to go in Ada's place. Ada didn't like it. She cried even more. But she had no choice. She watched Amaka take her dream, her ticket, her chance. And something deep inside her heart began to harden. After Amaka left, Ada locked herself in her room. She touched her face slowly, but the pain forced her to pull back. Tears filled her eyes instantly. She whispered to herself, "Why me? What did I do?" Her mother tried to hug her. Ada gently pushed her away. Her father told her, "You will be fine," but Ada shook her head. "No, I won't." She didn't want food. She didn't want visitors. She didn't want anyone to look at her face. At night, she cried silently, covering her mouth so nobody would hear her. She looked at old modeling pictures and tore them slowly. Her face healed little by little. But her heart didn't. Amaka's life changed fast. She became popular abroad. She did photo shoots. She did interviews. People loved her. Her face was everywhere. But every night, when she removed her makeup, she remembered Ada. Because she knew the truth. Ada was supposed to be the one enjoying this life. Back home, Ada slowly healed, but she also grew bitter. People told her, "Your sister is now a celebrity. She is doing well abroad. She is everywhere." Ada didn't smile. She simply walked away. She felt like her life had ended, while Amaka's life had just started. The bitterness stayed inside her like fire. But she never told anyone her suspicion. Not yet. One day, Amaka fainted during a photo shoot. She was rushed to the hospital. The doctor came with bad news. Her kidney was failing. She needed a transplant urgently. And the best match was her twin, Ada. The hospital called her parents. They rushed to the city with Ada. When Ada entered the hospital room, she saw Amaka lying weak. Their eyes met. Something inside Ada's heart cracked. But her face remained strong and cold. Amaka whispered, "Ada, I need to confess something before the surgery." Ada didn't move. Her parents leaned closer. Amaka took a shaky breath. "Ada, the water you used that morning, it wasn't an accident." Ada's eyes widened slowly. Amaka cried harder. "I put something inside. I didn't know it would burn your face that much. I was jealous. I was angry when they chose you. I am sorry. I am so sorry." Ada stepped back. Her lips trembled. Her fingers shook. Her parents were frozen. Her mother whispered, "Oh God." Ada touched her scar, and tears fell. She said softly, "I suspected you. But hearing it from you feels like dying again." Her voice shook. "You ruined my dream. You ruined my face. You ruined my life." Amaka cried and said, "Forgive me." But Ada raised her hand. "No. Not today." Tia parents pleaded with Ada to not allow her sister die. Ada agreed to donate her kidney. After the surgery, the nurse tried to put Ada in the same recovery room as Amaka. Ada shook her head and said quietly, "No. I want another room." Her parents looked at her with sadness. The nurse looked confused. But Ada repeated, "I need my own space. Please don't put me with her." They moved her to another room. When Amaka asked to see her, the nurse replied, "She doesn't want to see anyone, especially you." Those words broke Amaka more than the sickness. Ada stayed in her room, staring at the wall, her heart wounded deeper than her body. When Ada returned home, her parents tried to help her heal emotionally. One day, someone gave her a camera, saying, "Try using this. It may help you find peace." Ada held it without interest at first. But she took one picture. Then another. Then another. And something surprising happened. She felt calm. She felt alive. She felt purpose again. Photography became her escape, capturing moments, smiles, emotions, and truth. People loved her work. Soon, she became known as Ada the photographer, the girl who sees beauty through pain. She finally found something that belonged to her. Not modeling. Something real. Ada continued building her photography career quietly. She didn't rush. She didn't chase fame. She just captured life, weddings, birthdays, street portraits, nature, sadness, joy. Everything. People felt her work in their hearts. Months turned into years. Very soon, a popular magazine in Lagos used one of her photos, the image of an old woman smiling with missing teeth. It went viral. Everyone started asking, "Who took this picture?" The answer spread like wind. Ada the photographer. And just like that, Ada became famous. But her fame was different from Amaka's fame. Ada's fame came from talent. Ada's fame came from pain turned into strength. Ada's fame came from purpose, not looks. Meanwhile, far away in another country, Amaka's life began to shake. At first, her agency was patient with her. They treated her gently because of her health. But things changed. Her body became weaker after the kidney surgery. She couldn't work long hours anymore. She got tired quickly. Sometimes, she fainted during shoots. Her manager started complaining. "Amaka, you are slowing us down." Photographers said. "She's losing her spark." Brands said. "We need someone fresher." Slowly, one by one, her contracts ended. New girls came in. Younger girls. Stronger girls. Girls who had the energy she no longer had. Amaka watched her fame disappear like smoke. Soon, she was replaced. Her savings finished faster than she expected because modeling didn't pay as much as people thought. She became lonely. She became forgotten. And one night, while lying on her bed in a small apartment, she whispered, "This is karma, isn't it?" Her tears rolled quietly. She remembered Ada's scream years ago. She remembered the bowl of water. She remembered the jealousy. For the first time, she truly felt the weight of what she had done. Back home, Ada's life became beautiful. She opened her own small photo studio. People came every day. Celebrities came. Couples came. Brands came. Her business grew so fast that she hired workers. One day, a big international photography competition announced their finalists. Ada's picture, a little girl selling oranges with a bright smile, was selected. It shook the internet. Everyone wrote, "This is the girl who was burned years ago. This is the twin who became a photographer. This is beauty from pain." Ada won the competition. She was invited to Paris for an exhibition. People clapped as she walked in. Wildlife had already started showing Amaka Shich. The glamorous life she once enjoyed disappeared slowly. Her health was weaker. Her beauty was fading faster than she expected. She lived in a small room now, the type she never imagined for herself. Every night she stared at the ceiling and whispered, "This is my fault. All of it." One afternoon, while scrolling through her phone, she saw the announcement. Ada wins International Photography Award ceremony this Saturday. Amaka froze. Her chest tightened. She whispered, "My twin. My Ada. She made it." Something inside her said, "Go. Just go and see her. Even if she never speaks to you again." She sold a few of her clothes so she could pay transport. She borrowed a simple dress. She didn't tell her parents. She traveled quietly to the event. Ada stood on stage, holding her trophy. The lights were bright. Cameras flashed. People clapped loudly. She smiled, the type of smile that came from surviving pain and finding purpose. But suddenly, her eyes caught a figure at the back of the hall. A familiar face. A thinner face. A tired face. Amaka. Her shoulders were slumped. Her dress was old. Her eyes carried shame and regret. She was standing alone, almost hiding behind a pillar. Their eyes met. Amaka tried to smile, but tears filled her eyes instead. She bowed her head gently and turned to walk away. She didn't want to spoil Ada's moment. She didn't feel worthy to stand there. But Ada's voice echoed through the hall. "Amaka." Everyone turned. Amaka stopped. Her hands shook. She didn't look up. Ada handed her trophy to someone and walked off the stage slowly. The hall became silent. Ada stopped right in front of her sister. Amaka whispered, "I shouldn't have come. I'm sorry." Ada looked at her, not with anger, but with maturity. With peace. With the kind of strength that comes after healing. She said softly, "You hurt me deeply, Amaka. But I forgive you completely." Amaka broke down instantly. "I'm so sorry. Ada, I'm so sorry." Ada held her shoulders gently. "Get up," she said. Amaka stood shakily. Ada continued, "I forgive you. But I cannot bring you close again. Not the way it used to be. My heart has healed. But the trust is gone." Amaka nodded immediately, crying even harder. "I understand. I accept. I accept everything." Ada wiped her tears softly. "But listen. Forgiveness doesn't mean I will watch you suffer." Amaka's eyes widened. Ada added, I will help you. Not closely. Not every day. But from a distance, where my peace is safe. For the first time in a long time, Amaka felt hope. Ada stepped back, smiled weakly, and said, "You are my twin. No matter what happened, I won't let life finish you." The audience began clapping slowly. Not because they fully understood, but because they saw forgiveness standing in front of them. Amaka covered her face and cried harder. Ada turned and walked back to the stage, lifting her trophy high. But she didn't feel heavy anymore. She didn't feel broken. She didn't feel anger. She felt free. Amaka left the hall that evening with nothing in her pocket.
And that is the end of my story. If you find this story interesting and want to get more of our stories, please click on the subscribe button and turn on the bell icon to get notified immediately we upload new stories. Bye-bye.